Hey everybody, welcome back to the DRich Show. This is DRich. Today is April 15th, 2021. Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well wherever you may be when this video finds you. Hope that you guys are all in good spirits, good health, good energy, and you guys are off to a rock solid start in your day, wherever you might be. If it's late in the afternoon, I hope that you were able to get some things done, accomplished during the day. And again, big shout out to all of the subscribers and those who are listening for the first time. Anyway, guys, today we're going to get into the coin market cap, and we're going to take a different look at some things that we've been discussing here on the channel in regards to events and the events rapidly picking up steam. I'm not a news person, but I do see news, and I try to connect the dots from time to time. And I want to go ahead and put some of those things together for some folks today, and hopefully it makes some sense as I look into all of this and the narratives that are being programmed as we speak. And if you can't look past the illusion of some of the things, you won't be able to see what they are trying to predict in the future. So anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the coin market cap. As you can see, guys, Bitcoin's dominance is falling rapidly, and we have so much more information regarding Bitcoin here later that I want you guys to wake up on and kind of come to your own conclusions as you use your own discernment. Bitcoin 52.5%, Ethereum is up to 12.8%. And if I'm not mistaken, right now the Ethereum is kind of like in some sort of mode where it's not working right now. So again, you never have any problems with anything like XRP. So those networks don't get shut down. They don't go idle. They don't cut out in the instant of higher prices and appreciation. So Bitcoin right now, $62,923.78. Ethereum is still at number 2 for now, $2,475.73. And Binance Coin, $554 flat. Okay, and you got our beloved XRP at $1.75. Okay, guys, we're still up. We might trade a little bit sideways before we hit the weekend again. And typically, the weekend brings more money and more funds to the crypto market. So we're right there. We're a couple days away. Cardano is at $1.48, and good for Tether getting out of the top 10. Get the freak out of the top 10. You're not even a cryptocurrency, okay? But sometimes I do use Tether. I'm not gonna lie, because it's stable, and I could get my money worth as far as buying one for one or whatever it is, and I don't have to trade out some of my currencies or whatnot as a pair. Polkadot number 7, $43.15. Uniswap is on fire in the last 24 hours, 13%, almost 13.5% up. In the last 24, $38.97. And rounding out the 9 and 10 spot, you got Litecoin 283 with some change. And Chainlink right there at number 10 said, you know what? We're going to fight for ours, and we're going to battle at $43.40, up 19% over the last 24 hours, a little bit over. So don't let me shortchange any of the Link Marines on that. And at number 11 at 13 cents, up almost 10% over the last 24. You got Dogecoin trying to get back up into that top 10. And eventually I do believe that it will. So if you guys are hodlers of Dogecoin and you guys have been there through all of the bear market, through all of the FUD, through all of the scam coin, the meme coin, the joke coin, you know what? Guess what? I'm happy for you if you guys were able to get profits, net profit, and gains off of Dogecoin. For those who have hated, hey, you know what? I'll join the bus. I've joined the bus, and you know what? I'm on that party train too. So, I'm joining a whole bunch of parties around here. I didn't join that Bitcoin Cash, but I am on the party of that XLM and Theta, as well as that V chain, as you can see. And most definitely, I'm on that Tron train. All right. So it's up 16 and a half, almost 16.5%. Do your own research, do your own diligence when it comes to investing in your cryptocurrencies. Uh, and again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It will never be. I do this because I want to lend, my ideas, my thoughts to people out there in the communities, whether you be an XRP community member, whether you be, high on Bitcoin, high on whatever cryptocurrency you're on. I want you to be successful, but I'm not going to shortchange you and say that I'm going to be a maximalist when it comes to a wide variety of opportunities, and I'll never prevent you from doing that. So anyway, Bitcoin SV is on fire as well. That's the only look. I don't hold Bitcoin in my portfolio. I will be very, very transparent about that. I do hold one single Bitcoin SV. All right, and I'm gonna give the shout out to Ganja God, who sent me a message and said, "Hey, get Bitcoin SV." And you know what, Ganja God, I did. If you're still listening, I did get me a Bitcoin SV based on your communication with me. So big ups to you on that. And again, guys, look at the market. It's pretty flush right now. It's looking green. So, again, learn to take profit. I'm not opposed to it. But again, I will always emphasize the fact that if you are taking profits, please, please do something positive with it. Do something constructive with it so that you can make sure that it doesn't go to waste and it wasn't just for no cause. So anyway, guys, let's move right on into today's video in regards to some events. And this is coming from Al Jazeera News. And Green Swan climate event could cause next financial crisis. This is coming BIS. The BIS urges greater global mobilization of government resources to contain financial fallout from climate change. Now, guys, here we go again. As you can see in this picture right here, it's a black swan. Okay, usually a black swan event is something that's unpredictable or whatnot, but the green swan events are totally, totally different, and this is where they're going with this fear of climate change. As we've seen, polar vortexes. We're seeing cool zones spread across the United States and other places too. But here in the United States, this is what they're promoting as their climate change agenda. Okay. So I'll go ahead and read some of this and you can kind of understand where we're going. Utter the term black swan in financial circles and it will conjure images of an economic catastrophe triggered by a rare event people should have been seen coming if only they had opened their eyeballs. On Monday, the Bank of International Settlements publishes its riff on that theory. In a paper titled The Green Swan, the Basel-based institution warns climate change could unleash potentially extremely financially disruptive events that could trigger the next global financial crisis. To contain the fallout, the BIS is urging global coordination among the central banks, regulators, and supervisors, including jettisoning backward-looking risk assessment models that are not fit for gauging the far-reaching consequences of climate disruptions. Now, guys, again, I'll give you my view. This is just another fear tactic, another money laundering scheme that you have seen. As you seen that President Trump came out of the Paris Climate Accord, and you see they are continuing to push their agenda to get back into that agreement. And again, this is their money laundering schemes and systems that they put across the world or the planet just for that purpose. Again, I'm not an advocate for, climate change or anything like that, but I just want you guys to know this is the narrative that they're pushing forward, and you're going to see a lot of it come forward here in short period of time. And then we're going to move over here to this. Biden declares Russia threat national emergency, lobs sanctions, 10 diplomats booted over election meddling. And again, this is a narrative that they're pushing. It's always about this, guys. Russia, 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 right? Okay. This is how it's going to go down, but let me go ahead and stop that because I didn't want that to happen. Stop. What are you doing, fool? Anyway, guys, I didn't mean to do that. How disruptive of me. Anyway, Biden on Thursday signed an executive order declaring a national emergency over the threat from Russia, and his administration slapped new sanctions on that country. The U.S. Department of State said it is expelling 10 officials from the Russia bilateral mission. And what I really wanted to get back to on this is this down here, right? It has nothing to do with them banning Russia, but you know what? They just got, they're hard up on them. They got a hard on for them. Excuse me, ladies, if you guys, find my language inappropriate. But this is just the way I communicate sometimes, just to paint a picture. All right, the White House also released a letter to Congress stating that the president has issued an executive order declaring a national emergency with respect to the unusual and extraordinary threat to national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States posed by specified harmful foreign activities of the government of the Russian Federation. What I wanted to go down here, right here, is this right here. Where was it? It had something to do with cryptocurrencies. Where is it, guys? I'm sorry. I should have had this already highlighted. I read it over. Okay, so the letter said that Russia had aimed to undermine the conduct of free and fair democratic elections, engage in malicious cyber-enabled activities, target journalists and dissenters outside of its borders, and violated international law. And Biden said in a letter, constitute an unusual and extraordinary threat to the national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States. But they also listed cryptocurrencies on here. I'm kind of irritated about this. Hold on, guys. We're going to find this crap. Anyway, guys, I mean, I'm going to be so irritated because I know I set this up for myself to go over it. Anyway, there was, okay, so maybe, all right, so here I go. It's on this one. I'm sorry. It's on this one right here. Sorry, but, okay, I apologize. It's not on this article. And here I am. I wasted 30 seconds to a minute on crap. Anyway, okay, so this is what I wanted to point. Okay, the national emergency with Russia and their foreign interference with elections and things like that. Then we go over here to Gary Gensler, who was confirmed yesterday as the new SEC chair as the agency tackles GameStop saga, ESG boom, and cryptocurrency. And Gary Gensler, the recently approved chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, will have his hands full as he looks to tackle the key issues of the most, including ESG investing, cryptocurrency, order routing, and fiduciary standard for brokers. So, guys, we are ready for this guy to do whatever he needs to do. Again, I'm not opposed to, him doing some things that will be good for the crypto space. But just to point out, some things in this article. There was something that was that I wanted to point out. If Gensler surprised the industry by proposing types of regulation championed by the likes of Senator Warren or others progressive lawmakers, it could cause panic. People are taking a wait and see approach, pretty much what I'm doing, and I do believe certain people are in place to do certain things just for optic purposes. Because sometimes, again, if you put certain people in place, there's going to be some pushback. And again, this is what I wanted to point out to you guys. And I know you guys don't like hearing about certain things. Maybe not all of you, but some of you. But it's always important to point out the last administration's policies. Okay. That being said, Champ says that he is a contrarian when it comes to the narrative that there will be some seismic shift in the SEC presence between the previous and current administrations. And on this article, they do admit, yes, the Trump administration was deregulatory, but from an enforcement and examination perspective, the SEC was incredibly active over the last 4 years. It is really a disservice to the staff to say otherwise. Champ adds this narrative that there's going to be some big change in examination and enforcement is way overblown. There will certainly be more rules, but from the policy or policing perspective, the SEC has been pretty darn active. So now, guys, let me just say it in this little write-up right here. They're not going to over-regulate, according to this little quote right here, and we hope that they don't over-regulate because these regulations have already been deregulated. All right, so there's nothing more to do, and I believe the last administration put a lot of things in place, okay, in order for certain things to happen and not to happen. Anyway, so we're going to move forward. That was from Forbes, and let's go ahead and get into this from CoinDesk. SEC's Pierce updates safe harbor proposal for token sales. And the reason why I want to read this article is because sometimes the past proves the future and the future proves past. And to me, this has already taken place. This article has already taken place. So let's give it a look. The updated proposal adds a number of new reporting requirements for startups. Okay. This is coming from Nicholas D. All right. I hope I said your name right, sir. This was written yesterday. Securities and Exchange Commission Commissioner Hester Pierce, Crypto Mom, has an updated version of her proposal to let crypto startups sell tokens as initial coin offerings, ICOs, to fund their development efforts without running afoul of U.S. securities laws. The Token Safe Harbor Proposal 2.0, published Tuesday, updates Pierce's 2019 proposal, which suggested a 3-year grace period that would let blockchain projects actually develop their networks or tokens after raising funds. Under the proposal, a company could sell tokens before building the project, but would be exempt from federal requirements that securities issues register with the SEC. Tuesday version will require companies to provide updates to the SEC every 6 months and find outside counsel to explain whether their network could be considered decentralized at the end of the grace period. Now, guys, the reason why I want you guys to understand what this is saying to me, this has already happened. What happened in 2018? We've seen a massive bull run, and a lot of these projects went to all-time highs. And again, as you've been listening to me on this channel, you've heard me say, do you not think that when these prices increase, that these people have not taken profits or anything to build on, like this article is saying, their cryptocurrency, their network, to make sure that they are compliant, make sure that they have regulatory guidance as far as the 3-year grace period to get situated with what they need to get situated. So again, guys, I think this has already happened. This is already taking place. I just think the news is just 3 years later. Okay, and that's just the way I look at it. So you can look at it that way. I look at it that way, and that's the conclusion that I'm going to come to, because you look at Swan chain that we looked at yesterday. You look at Walton chain yesterday, not yesterday, but look at Walton chain. Look at AEON. Some of these crypto assets that have been to their all-time highs that are still out there. So those are some, key cryptocurrencies that you can look at, do your own research, and again, look at their all-time highs compared to where they were yesterday or any days, weeks, months before. Okay, so I think that's why we're seeing a bull market. A lot of the cryptocurrencies are probably established, and this is why I don't believe a lot of them will go to zero. I do believe some will, and this is why we're going to get right into this Coinbase article from Business Insider Australia. And shout out to all of my folks from Australia. Coinbase says the entire crypto market could be destabilized if Bitcoin's anonymous creator is ever revealed or sells their $30 billion stake. This is coming from Grace K, April 14th, 2021. And let me get into it. Coinbase will go public, which they did yesterday. And in its February filing, the trading platform cites Satoshi Nakamoto's identity as a risk factor, and the creator's cache of Bitcoins could wreak havoc on the market if Nakamoto sold this collection. Cryptocurrency trading platform Coinbase, which was has over $100 billion valuation, said that Satoshi Nakamoto could topple an over 1 trillion Bitcoin market. Now, guys, we just spoke about Hester Pierce last week when she said the only way to stop or ban Bitcoin is to turn off the internet, cut off the lights, and that's how you stop Bitcoin. Now, again, connect the dots, do what you must, come to your own conclusions. All right, but I just want to point this out to you that Bitcoin has a higher probability going to zero than it does going to $1 million price. All right, Coinbase will go public, which they did again. In the documents the company released in February for its public debut, Coinbase said Satoshi Nakamoto, which is the pseudonym used by the individual or group of people who develop Bitcoin, could cause significant damage to the company. If the identity of the creator was revealed, it could cause Bitcoin prices to deteriorate, according to the filing. The filing also referred to Nakamoto's personal stash of Bitcoins, which totals over 1 million. As of April 1, Bitcoin was worth 64,000, which is an all-time high. So again, guys, I'll let you guys do that. And finally, let's go get into this article from CoinDesk, which is the one that I was looking for. Kind of screwed up in the beginning, but I'm back on track, so please forgive me for that blunder there. Don't make fun of me, but if you do, make sure that I laugh with you, okay? Anyway, this is coming from Nicholas Day again. This guy's on fire with articles. Addresses linked to Russian elections, fraud scheme. And this move is in part of a sweeping set of actions taken by the U.S. government against alleged Russian election interference. Now, guys, let me just go ahead and point this out. President Trump signed an executive order that if there was any election fraud, interference, foreign, domestic, whatever, and it's found out to be true, all of your assets will be seized. All of everything will be taken away from you. You will lose everything. Okay? So go and look at those executive orders. Go back to some of my earlier videos. You'll find that I've pointed out this with my due research and putting all of the pieces together, coming to where we are today. I think that I'm actually getting more involved with everything, trying to connect the dots for all of us so that we can come to one solid point as it all brutes its ugly head and gets resolution with everything, not just one thing, not with politics, not just with financials. I'm talking about with everything, health, education. We're talking about all of it. All of it is all in one big melting pot because we all have similar ideals and things like that we want resolution on. Racial equity or equality, where it's all here, ladies and gentlemen. It's all here, but I want you guys to put this here for yourself and come to your own conclusion when it comes to investing. Okay? And what I wanted to do is point this out. Following the publication of this article, the Office of Foreign Assets Control published a list of addresses and entities accused of participating in the scheme. Addresses include Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, Zcash, Dash, and Verge, with 28 total addresses on the list. In addition, the SES addresses are tied to the Association of Free Research and International Cooperation, linked to Russian National Yevgeny. I don't want to even go any further. The alleged financier of the IRA, and Southfront, which is tied to the Russian Federal Security Agency. Now, guys, again, it's all about Russia, man. They love going down this road. As soon as they start publishing stuff like this, then we're going to start seeing some news and come out that debunks all of this. So anyway, again, do your own due diligence. I'm not here to persuade you to believe in one thing or the other. And again, guys, whether you are Democrat, Republican, Independent, or just living life, understand that certain people in the banking sector, medical sector, education sector, they don't have your interests or my interests, your children, my children's best interest, your future generations' best interest in mind. So right now we are starting to see a lot of disruptions massively, whether it be in Russia, whether it be in China, whether it be in the United States, Canada, all over the place. You're starting to see interference in a lot of things in a lot of places. And I think that the corruption is going to be part of why we see, cyber attacks, internet blackout, internet shutdown, whatever you want to call it. And this is where I come into play. Is I always want to encourage you to do your things in advance, prepare yourself. If you need to take profit to take care of some of the things that we've mentioned, like, prepping, food resources, things like that, go ahead and do that. I encourage it. In fact, I really, really encourage it more so than anything. Again, it's all up to you. Always write down your goals. Always write down the things that you want to do, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get them done. But anyway, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Sorry for my blip and blunder. But you know what? We always move forward, because sometimes we make mistakes. We just got to own up and take responsibility. Okay? Have a great rest of your Thursday. We'll talk back with you here tomorrow on Friday. And just, again, have a great day. God bless. Take care. And as always, treat everyone with class, dignity, and respect. Bye-bye.
But one of the great calls I made is a year ago when Bitfuck was at $19,600. I said, it's over. Smart money, sell half, keep half. My mentees lost billions because nobody listened to me. We got some Bitfucks in there, I can tell. Too bad. Shows you the stupidity. Shows you the stupidity. And I know who's behind Bitcoin. And it ain't some fucking Japanese guy in a cave. I know the guy. And when that comes out, you heard it here first. Bitcoin is going to zero. Zero. When it comes out, 0.